Hey, I'm Elliot for Rawkus Radio. Today we are joined by brothers Ollie and Louie from Lime Cordiale. How are you guys today?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
excellent.
A little bit on the cold side, but we're just pathetic wimps, really.
We could see in the video for your live performance, acoustic, a cappella kind of version of Inappropriate Behaviour, where you guys are coming down the street in Spain. It's beautiful weather. Can you tell me just a little bit about filming that video? Because it's all in one take. Was that like your first take that you did of that, or did it take a couple of attempts to kind of get it right?
Yeah, it was kind of a first. I mean, we sort of set up in this other little location, in front of this doorway, and it was a bit noisy, and we couldn't really get it properly. So we just tried that take that's on the video, and then it just kind of worked out, and didn't really want to do it again.
It's a pretty noisy video. Like little train goes past. You know those trains that just have kids riding on them and stuff, and there's like bells going on, but it's kind of nice. Captures a bit of this Spanish town that we're playing in. It's crazy. It's like your cliched small Spanish town up in the north of Spain. So yeah, it was pretty stunning.
Yeah, we were playing it was a pretty weird festival. Like, it was in the north of Spain, but it was a Dutch festival in Spain. So they had like sort of overtaken this campsite, and we were playing in this tin shed out the back of that for this festival. But right next to it was this like gorgeous, traditional, authentic town, which is in that video. Yanis.
Yeah, and you guys were also just recording it from like your iPhones and stuff, right?
Yeah. Little iPhone in the pocket.
Did this video, kind of doing it all in public, did that kind of inspire you moving on forward for like your Robbery video? Because that's kind of in all the different towns and stuff like that.
Yeah, we had a mate just come over last minute. We kind of looked at when we were releasing Robbery, and we were like, oh man, we don't really have any time to do a music video. So we thought about, we could spend a certain amount of money on like a music video and in a studio or whatever, and hire a few people, or we could just fly our cameraman over there, and he could just come travel around with us, and we could just shoot a little bit in each country. So that was the idea first, where he was going to shoot something in every country, and then we formed that story around it. So it's sort of like Louis chasing this one that got away, which is kind of what the song's about. So yeah, that we went to a lot more places than in that music video. That was just sort of I think there was 7 or 8 countries that we filmed in, and so that was just where the cameraman went to.
There's a lot of like handy cam footage, because the whole reason we went over there thinking that we could capture it ourselves, and we just suck. So there's just a lot of raw, like wobbly handy cam footage that he tried to sift through, but yeah, there's a bunch of nonsense.
Well, I feel like, so on your YouTube, there's a few like vlogs and stuff as well of that kind of handycam style. So it's almost like your aesthetic, that kind of vibe anyway,
Yeah, I love the aesthetic. It's just kind of, you're so busy you forget to do it.
So yeah, let's talk a little bit more about your trip in America. So recently you signed with London Cowboys, which is the label with Post Malone and Dre London. Yeah. And you were also, you had a cheeky round of beer pong with them as well. Tell me a bit about meeting Post Malone and signing with them and that kind of stuff.
Well, we just, they did a bunch of shows over, not a bunch of shows, like this huge stadium tour. He's a pretty big artist, Post Malone. So they were on tour, and then in Australia, and the manager just found our music through some girl, and then we ended up going to the shows and sort of hanging out, and they sort of dug the music, which is pretty crazy. We just thought that was it, like, oh cool, we've been invited to the shows and we're just here to hang out, and that was like sort of what we thought was going to be the end of the story. And they just stayed in contact, and then started this thing called London Cowboys to pretty much start managing bands and other artists and things. So we're sort of the first band signing on that. It's a co-management thing that we're doing over there. So yeah, it's kind of nice having that like support in the States, especially on that level. Like, we just did a few American shows, and this like full hip hop posse just rocks up now to all of our shows, like backstage, and you're just sort of like, oh hey mate, like what do you do? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm 50 Cent's DJ, or like I work with like whoever, and it's just like, oh cool. It's like, I think the funniest thing about this whole story is just like how strange it is. You know, we're just like this indie band from the Northern Beaches and signed with this major hip hop artist. So it's it's pretty funny.
And I think what the world needs to know, who won the game of beer pong?
We played a bunch, but
Yeah, we won the first round, and then I think he won maybe the next 10 or something.
yeah,
so.
we got real cocky because we won the first one, and we were like, "You're meant to be like that's his thing is beer pong," and he was telling us all these rules, like intricate rules that we have to go by, and then they smashed us like 3 times in a row after that. So I was like,
So tell me, you have a huge tour across New Zealand and Australia, over 30 shows planned. What exactly are you most excited for during the tour?
I'm actually really keen for the Auckland show.
yeah,
Probably like one of the best shows we ever played was in Auckland at Galatos. It was amazing. Crazy crowds in New Zealand. Just like love to boogie.
yeah, I've really been looking forward to New Zealand. It's just like everyone's super chill, and we were just talking about it in the car. You know, it's like as soon as you play the first note of the first song, it's like just so much enthusiasm. It's not like a really raucous crowd. They're not like really loose. It's just like everyone just seems to really appreciate music and like the music that comes out in New Zealand as well. I don't know, everyone's got such good taste. So yeah, it's pretty lovely being over here.
And during the tour as well, so usually you guys do a cover of Hall & Oates' Rich Girl, but recently you were at Triple J's Like a Version. Tell me a little bit if for starters you're planning on doing the song live for people as well, and second of all, just the process of doing Like a Version, if you were considering doing Rich Girl for Like a Version, or if there are any other songs you are keen to do in the future as well.
Yeah, we did, like that was our first thing, like can we do Rich Girl? And they sort of said, oh, we don't, you know, we want it to be exclusive. We want you to do something like you haven't done before. So we went through a bunch of songs, and there was a point where we were going to do Every Morning by Sugar Ray, which is this 90s song that we used to love when we were like, I don't know, 12 or younger. And we were going to go forward with that. And then, you know, you have to listen to the song so many times when you're practicing it. And we just sort of got sick of it. So we changed it. We changed it a bit more last minute. I love that song because it's in Austin Powers, you know, when he's stripping off. And just love those movies so much. But I don't know. We'll probably play it.
Amplett's a pretty amazing singer from the Divinals.
It's a great song, the original. It's kind of hard to capture that, like, energy of the original song, because it's got, as soon as that chorus hits, it's just, I don't know, it's so sexy. It's crazy. But we'll probably play it live, and unless we wimp out last minute. Occasionally you go, like, got it. Don't want to do it.
Occasionally. We do that all the time.
Yeah, so I think we will.
Yeah, I think it's quite an interesting choice that Triple J were like, yeah, sure, you can play Touch Myself, you know, just because it's kind of, like you said, a risky kind of disc song.
I was thinking that as well. We suggested it early on, and then we thought it was a little bit on edge, because, you know, a bunch of guys singing about touching themselves. I didn't know whether like people would really like that, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like it's a bit of a sexy thing. Even, you know, everyone loves to touch themselves, to be honest. And actually, we sort of read that Christy Amphlett never really admitted that the song was about the sexual thing. She always said that it was a bit more about getting in touch with your feelings. I don't know how true that is. Don't know if I believe it, but yeah, that's what she says. So I'm going to say the same thing.
So you've obviously released quite a few new tracks recently that are currently not from an album. Let's talk about the future. Is there an album coming out? And what are the general plans for the future?
What do you reckon, Lou?
I mean, we've got one. It's ready. It's done. It's finished. We finished it like maybe 2 months ago or something. So we're kind of just waiting on the right moment to release it, I guess. Kind of just ride this tour out and then drop it.
Yeah, to be honest, it was sort of going to be out now, but then we this sort of Post Malone Dre thing came about, and they were just like, hold it back so you can come over here and, you know, meet all these industry people. And it's all like, it's being delayed a little bit, not because of that we want to push it back, but due to industry things and opportunities in the States. So we're just sort of releasing a few songs, and Louis got to finish the artwork for the album, and then we'll get it out as soon as we can early next year.